Just part of the highway.
That is my point, Mr. God. By the way, we soon come to that. But that is my point. So I think we're going to have a little fight before this. It's been a very wet month. We've said that before, and for many Jamaicans, the waters have proven difficult to maneuver. And here to wade through the topic, Communication Manager at the National Works Agency, Mr. Stephen Shaw, and Director of the National Solid Waste Management, Mr. Audley Gordon. Good morning to you both. Happy New Year to you both. Mr. Shaw, I continue where I was. All right.
Not even a little reprieve.
No, I'm suggesting, sir, and we've had this discussion already, that I don't know what to do with the highways, or why the highways, for the most part, are not as easily damaged as the city roads, if that's what you call them, the city, whatever.
Yeah,
you have urban roads. Right, urban roads.
Yes.
Why, sir? Why? Is it poor...
construction,
right. What's the reason for that?
All right. In constructing roads, you construct with certain parameters in mind, design parameters, that is. Now, the highways are constructed at the highest level of construction practice.
Fair enough.
Because, you know, we expect that a certain level of usage is going to be there. Certain types of motor vehicles are going to be using it. And so you will construct with those factors in mind. Urban roads, even though you may have level of use which is fairly high, you won't necessarily use the highway standard, but you use a standard which is suitable. The challenge that we have is that many of our corridors have not been reconstructed in many years.
When you say many?
I would say upwards of 70%.
Many years?
Oh, many years.
20, 30,
40
50.
years, yes.
Would it not make sense?
And in addition to that, the periodic maintenance that is necessary, we don't do enough of that because, again, we don't have the budget to support.
Yeah, I was saying what you said for Mr. Gordon, that I traverse this particular street or road or avenue, whichever it is, that I'm serious. It seems to need fixing almost every month.
Yes.
Would it not make sense, sir, to spend a little bit more or a lot more, and then you don't need to fix it for 2-3 years? Would that not make sense?
It may very well do, but again, when you're looking at one road, Neville.
Right.
We have to look. We have the global picture. We have to look at the entire network around the country.
Fair enough. And
that particular corridor of which you speak, maybe in a better position. It is bad for you, but compared to some others that we have to contend with, it is a good corridor.
So let me ask you something now. So we have the potholes. We've had the rains in recent months. I have never seen so many holes on the road and so many people complaining about what the potholes are doing to their cars.
Yes.
It delays traffic.
Including mine.
Including yours. You probably have one high up off the ground. No?
Probably.
But it's causing a serious issue. As the rain starts to sneeze on the road, the roads start to flood. What is going on? Sir Gordon, is nasty we nasty? Is our fault? Or is it a combination of both things that we're talking about?
No, I really operate in, Simone, and I know you do too, in the real world. And in the real world, we have some constraints that we have to contend with. For example, we're a poor country. We have to accept that up front, where we love to do things like other places do. Our resources don't allow it. So in the funding of, for example, the NSWMA, we would have asked for $6 billion.
Billion?
$6 billion. You may end up around $3 billion based on the calculation so far. That's 50% of what is required to do the job properly. So you try. You don't just throw your hands up in the air. You accept your reality and you go to bat. And that is the context. Yeah. Now, having laid the context, I will say to you that a lot of our people have not helped the process by not cooperating with the best practices that we try to enunciate. Every time we meet with them, we go to these community meetings, we send out pamphlets, we do news releases, etc. We don't get the buy-in.
So we're still throwing stuff in the gullies.
So you just drive past on Red Hills Road, drive past Cassava Peace, drive past any of the places, you will see the things in the gully.
Just to add to what Audie said, yesterday I was driving across the Benson Ford, up St. Andrew, and I saw 3 or 4 truck tires up there.
In the gully?
In the gully. Upstream. I saw an old stove. No, those things did not come from downtown Kingston.
Yeah,
and make their way up there.
I want to...
yeah, because there's a notion that is a downtown thing.
Back on Simone's question. That happens because they don't get garbage pickup?
No, I would not say that, because some of the areas that I've seen the offense repeated are areas where we do put in place special programs. And it just, unfortunately, one of the cultural defects that we have to call.
So you're suggesting that I am homeowner, a renting, and I have a fridge to throw away. I know that the truck coming and I still throw it down the gully? Is that the suggestion?
Well, I'm saying to you that I have seen where, and as Simone said earlier about the high vehicle, that people will have a dog for whatever reason, a dead dog, and they carry it and dump it. I've seen that on Perkins Boulevard. I had to intercept a man one day when they started to throw out a dog out of an SUV. At that time, I wasn't at the NSWMA, but I've seen that.
So you couldn't lock him up?
So I'm saying to you...
Well, you can't lock him up now.
Yeah, I can't prosecute. No, but what I'm saying to you, Neville, is that the problem is widespread.
Wow. It is.
We see an open lot. We have some things to dispose of. Nobody's seen us. We have seen trucks dumping off stuff. I think so. It is not something that...
Can I ask then, where's the system of accountability, Stephen? If it is that Sir Gordon sees somebody doing this, who takes down a license plate number, or how do we start holding people accountable for throwing toilets in the gully?
Before Stephen come in, that's the point now. We can't put an enforcement officer at every square inch of land in Jamaica.
Right.
So it need for the citizens now to get, we need that buy-in, where when you see something like that...
But if you're not getting the buy-in, how else do you enforce? What's the plan B?
It will be
We've been asking for the buy-in, nobody's buying.
It will be awfully difficult for any state agency to police every little crevice and corner if we don't get the buy-in of the people. And that's the reason why for 2018 we intend to have this robust public education campaign that we hope to get the budget
what are you going to do differently, Sir Audley? Because if the ones you've been doing are not resonating.
Well, let me tell you what we're going to do differently.
Yes.
Whereas before now, it was the NSWMA carrying the message and trying to get, other stakeholders like JET and other places. We want to get into churches and get the pastor, even when the pulpit time, to introduce a piece of better solid waste management in the message, somewhere there. We want to get the PTA meetings, the citizens with the youth clubs. We want to get out there and have all the different opinion makers. We want to get all the different public speakers, those people who have audiences at their disposal on a regular basis, to help us with the message.
Stephen, I've already said this is unprecedented, the amount of water in recent times. I've never seen this.
In recent times, we have not had it yet.
But it also seems that there are areas that normally would not be flooded are now being flooded? Is that
no? I think what has happened.
That the Discovery Bay main road. I never heard of.
No, Runaway Bay. No,
yeah.
that has always been an issue, and we knew that. When we're doing the North Coast Highway, what part of the drainage solution that was implemented then was a detention pond between the main road and the service road leading to Cardiff Hall. That works, but what has happened since that time is that we have seen more developments up on the hills, and this would have impacted the drainage features there to include the natural drains such as the sinkholes. The gullies are constricted in some respects, and so
who is approving those developments? Where is NEPA?
I was just going to ask.
Are the agencies working independently of each other? Where is the cohesion and the consultation to say nothing can go up there because it's going to block up down there somewhere?
Well, we are part of the planning approval team,
right?
If I may call it that. NEPA is part of it, the parish council, local authority, but ultimately, I mean, it's one government, and we together or to ensure that whatever it is...
dropping the ball somewhere, Stephen.
I can't tell you here who is dropping the ball.
But you all must know.
You understand?
Somebody must know.
No, that is one side. That is one side of it, though. What we have to look at is, and I keep saying, the intensity of the rainfalls, because the normal rains that we have been having, they don't really cause this kind of damage.
Yeah.
It's when you have you know, very intense rain over a short period of time.
Less than a minute.
That is when
school starts this morning. Are there any areas where schools are that you're suggesting that maybe it won't happen today?
There is an area in St. Catherine. There are a couple of areas, the Sports Park area and the Natural Bridge area. These areas became an issue last evening. We have managed to reopen the Sports Park Road to at least single lane. The road to Natural Bridge, that one is still blocked. This is in St. Catherine now. This is happening. We are pushing through to get access. I know that there is a school in the area that usually gets impacted, and so parents have to be mindful of what's taking place.
Portland, the minister said this morning,
Portland, we have had challenges in the west. The Schoolhouse Corner area, Chepsall, Fruitful Vale, those areas have been affected by landslides. The road from Buff Bay to Whitehall was still blocked up to last night. We still don't have access into Cornwall Barracks. Massive landslide causing problems there.
I know what
vehicular access.
You can't reach it.
Vehicular access is not possible. Persons are getting out of there on foot. That's the only way to get out of there.
And how quickly you think, God forbid, with no more rain, but how quickly you think things might come back?
Well, we are hoping that if the rains check, today being Monday, we should be in a good position by Friday. I think more rain is expected in the forecast based on what I've read.
Yeah. Well, Sergey, maybe we need to find a way to incentivize communities that keep their communities in good care.
Sir,
until we can incentivize, maybe that's another option. We ask people to properly containerize their garbage. You see, what we want to communicate is that we are responsible for the solid waste that we generate. We are responsible for the solid waste that we generate. Yeah. Properly package the garbage. There's no excuse to dump it illicitly. None.
Okay.
Somebody said, I must ask you why you don't come Portmore for the last 3 weeks.
Why we don't come where?
Portmore.
Where in Portmore?
Where in Portmore? Passage 4.
Passage 4? No, man, we were there 2 weeks ago.
Greater Portmore. 4 East.
No, Passage 4 is not 4 East.
She said Passage 4, that no me.
Don't follow people, tap in it. Lead you down the wrong road.
All right, so the third mean I read.
Clarify the call.
It's not hard.
Where is it?
Passage 4 and 4 East.
But we'll investigate both cases. But
we'll wait for Mr. God notes.
We'll investigate both cases. But we are in Portmore. We are in Portmore every day.
All right.
At least 10 trucks in Portmore.
Communication Manager at the National Works Agency, Mr. Stephen Shaw, Director of the National Solid Waste Management, Mr. Audley Gordon.